Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I do have a message for Clay. Please give me my title. I mean, I know you know the owner. I really hope they got paid for this car. And Clay, tell you what, man. If you mail this to me, I will do an opening of the envelope, and I'll show that you made good on your word, and that you are doing your best to rectify all these problems that have been popping up. So I'm just asking you, please do the right thing. And I would love nothing to open it up and say, hey man, thank you so much. I hope all the other owners can get their stuff sorted out too. That would obviously mean the world to me and make my life a little bit easier. But today I wanted to talk about everything that is wrong with this car, or at least that I know of. I have some really good news that I've partnered with a local Ferrari mechanic. About 35 of you or so recommended this place here in Northern California. I'm not going to say who it is at the moment because the car is going to go into service on the 17th of this month of May. We're going to film underneath the car. We're going to see what's really wrong with this thing once they tear it apart and really delve into all the weird little gremlins that pop up. I've learned that I can replicate a lot of these problems finally, and I've only put about 250 miles on the car since driving it home from CNC in January. I haven't been driving it hard because, well, as you guys know, if you watch my other videos, there's just a lot of issues with this and I don't want to make it worse. However, I really do think that a lot of this is computer driven. This is the first generation Ferrari 360 ECU computer unit, and I heard that they're kind of buggy. So I wouldn't mind spending a little bit to upgrade that to the second generation version, which I believe came out in 2003. That seems to be a lot more reliable when it comes to learning the transmission and the shifting and all that stuff. Currently, I've learned that whenever I go into second gear, as long as I have my foot on the pedal and am accelerating, I could get it to stay in second until I get to third. However, the second I let my foot off that gas, it goes into neutral. Very annoying. Then I have to find the gears, put it into third, and then drive around in that, which, it's not ideal, but at least I now know how to cause that issue to happen every time. When I'm shifting from like fifth to fourth, or definitely third to second, it seems to always go into neutral as well. So I don't know, and that seems to be sporadic, but anything to do with second gear is an issue. It feels expensive, like it's going to be an expensive repair. I hope it's not needing the gearbox replaced. That's the most expensive part. When I went into this mechanic's shop and started talking to them about the problems and whatnot, I feel very confident that they know what's going on, and seeing that the cars that they're working on and the reputation that they have is outstanding. And all the correspondence I've gotten with them so far has been detailed, very thorough, and I just feel like I'm in good hands. Now, obviously I don't have the best track record, and when it comes to all this Ferrari stuff, hey, at some point you have to trust somebody, and they came highly recommended by a lot of you guys, so I'm going to give it a shot. Here's some of the things that I know what's going on for sure with the car. Now, I know the belts have a 2016 date stamp on them. That doesn't mean that they were installed in 2016 necessarily. They could have sat on the shelves for a couple of years even, but the rubber is getting old. I also know that it has 42% left on the clutch, which I've heard some of these things fail as early as 65% wear. So between that and the belts, I mean, it's needing a major service. It makes this weird suction sound, and it actually just made it on the way here today. It sounds either like an F1 pump or it sounds either like an F1 pump or maybe a fuel pump or some kind of a bad suction sound. So I usually just will pull off to the side of the road, turn the car off, and it goes away. Then I wait for it to cool down a little bit. Now, I also haven't been driving this because It's starting to get hotter where I live, and I don't feel comfortable once the car really starts to heat up, because on the driver's front side wheel, I believe that's where the computer is stored, and the harness or something, whenever the fan kicks on, it starts to like knock the wires, or it's like moving around in there. Once I hear that start to happen, I pull over, let the car cool down, and just kind of stop. Back to the computer, I did see on the Ferrari chat forums that there is a what do you call it? Like a hack that you can do where you buy the newer computer unit and you can solder it in to the existing harness. Maybe that's an option. I'm not really sure the price difference between just getting a whole new unit or doing it that way. We'll see, because obviously labor costs are going to have to be factored into all these prices, so I'm not looking forward to the repair bill. However, once I can get this car working and back to perfect order again, I can show you what driving a Ferrari in good working order is like, and the events that we get invited to, and just the, I don't know, just the pure driving pleasure of these things. And because currently right now, you know, obviously it needs a lot of things. The air conditioner doesn't blow cold. It probably needs new Freon or to be recharged or something. I hope not a whole new unit. The center vent is broken. Now that wasn't broken when I bought the car initially, so that sucks that now it is. Speaking of cosmetic things, the owner who had this prior to me, they installed this like charging cable, like cigarette lighter thing, and so they took out the old ashtray and lighter unit that has the really cool Pininfarina flag and Ferrari flag on it. That is nice because there are no cup holders in this car, but I also didn't get it to be, you know, sipping my coffee and driving leisurely, you know? So I do want to get that back to spec on there. Luckily, the previous owner did include the little box with the old cigarette lighter and stuff in it. I noticed that it is broken in some parts, and so maybe I'll just buy one of those off of eBay, have it put in, and then it's back to, you know, the interior spec, because honestly, this thing is in really good condition on the interior. The leather is very nice and supple still, not too many little nicks or dings, so I would love to just really get it dialed in again. So when I bought it, the radio worked, but the CD changer didn't, and I have a feeling it's because I noticed there's an iPod connector cable, one of those old 30-pin ones, in the glove box, and I think they routed the auxiliary out, bypassing the CD changer to that iPod cable. I would want to get that back. I'm trying to go original with this thing. I don't want to do a bunch of upgrades to it. I like it how it's supposed to come from the factory. I think it's so cool and retro. And I think the radio is pretty easy. I just have to enter the code that came with the user's manual, the owner's manual, and reset that. You know what's kind of interesting about the CD changer? If you slide open the door, well, just to put CDs in it, you have to unscrew these two bolts, which I think is so pointless. Like, okay, why do you have to unscrew these things just to access your CD case? I don't know. But the CD case that's in it is an old Porsche one. I thought that was kind of cool because I had a Porsche before this, and even though I know it's not numbers matching, I think I do want to keep that case in there because, I mean, that's neat. You know, it's a little throwback to my old car. Okay, so one day, like 2 weeks ago, it displayed the current outside temperature in the tachometer area, and it's never done that before then or since then. And so I'm wondering, like, okay, maybe that's part of the computer issue, or like, is it supposed to do that? And what else is it supposed to be showing me? I don't know, like the check engine light that maybe isn't working. So that's a little scary. But it would be kind of nice to get that working to where it displayed the temperature. I really don't know what to expect. I really wish I got to sit in one of these things 20 years ago when it was brand new, and or 21 years ago, and see like how it was supposed to work. But anyways, we're gonna get it there. I am excited about that. Okay, just a couple more things too that I noticed. Both of the hydraulics are broken in the front trunk, so you have to hold it up or it'll hit you on the head if you're trying to open it. When I bought this, the paint in the front, I mean, well, all over the car, was showroom condition. I mean, it looked like it just came off the factory floor. And now, I guess with all the different repairs and all the stuff that's been going on and maybe shipping or whatever, somebody had their grubby hands and closed the hood pretty harshly and has scratched up the paint. There's definitely a couple rock chips now that weren't there before. Some swirls in the paint. So I'm really hoping all that could be buffed out and touched up and making it look like I got it in January, because, man, that thing was perfect, like mint condition. And then once I get it back to that, I want to put a clear bra on it and protect that paint. Ferraris are known for their really thin paint. I got some tractors driving in the street, craziness. Anyway, so I do want to protect that paint because it still has all the original little stickers of the factory paint. So I think that's cool and I want to preserve that. Another thing that I noticed is every now and then I get this little display pop up and it looks like a UFO balancing on triangles. And I looked that up in the owner's manual and it's either a suspension issue or a suspension sensor issue. So I hope it is just the sensor. Something going to be fixed for like $100 or 1,000. Who knows? Sometimes whenever I press on the accelerator, it makes a beeping sound. And when I take it off, it stops. So if I'm just driving in first and I press on the gas, beep, beep, beep. I don't know what that means. I shut the car off, I turn it back on again, it goes away. That's all that I know and have been documenting about the car that's wrong with it. I'm sure more things are going to pop up, but I'm trying to really baby it and not take it out too much. And we'll see. Thank you guys for continuing to watch this. I will keep you updated about, I want to talk to you about something. I got a phone call today from a gentleman who's in the same situation as me. And I really hope that we can talk and I can share our stories with you, because it's really surreal, this guy in the exact same type of situation we're in. I mean, when I say exact, we're talking, well, I'm not even going to go into it too much. Maybe he'll give me permission to share his story, and I can on this channel. I'm not excited about the upcoming bills, but I do hope that y'all keep continuing to watch my channel and to see what happens with this, because this is how I'm funding the repairs on it. And yeah, I'm not making a lot of money, right now off of it. These things take time. But eventually, I want this channel to grow into a Ferrari user's experience. What it's like to roll with some of these other supercars and the thrill of some of the roads, the cool events we get to go to. I've been a Ferrari Club member now for about 5 months and have yet to go on any of the drives because of this. So it sucks, whatever, but I can't wait to roll with everyone soon, and I can't wait to take a bunch of pictures and fly the drone around and get a bunch of great content for you guys. But anyways, until then, thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting.